Hello. I've come here today to share with you my latest project, and I'm very excited about this. This is something new that I'm doing. I'm making these fabric covers for my journals. So I'm really into this slow stitching movement, and what I like about it is that it's not embroidery per se. I mean, it's nothing like, look at this. This is from an op shop. Beautiful, beautiful work. I'm not that level, but I do appreciate it, and I do like doing a bit of sewing. But what I like about slow stitching is that it's kind of collagey. It's a bit like textile art, although, yeah, it's art. I hesitate to call it that because I'm very much a novice. But I think it's very creative, and that's what I love about it, is that there's no rules. It's a bit like mixed media journaling, which I love. So it's a natural progression, really. And so I've been inspired. I'll put some links in the comments from people that have inspired the slow stitching. And yeah, so anyway, I'll also show in the next frame, with the beauty of editing, photographs of how this started. I was away at the time, so I couldn't film it, but I couldn't wait. So I started it and finished it, actually. So you've got a couple of pictures of the beginning to show how it started. So they will happen next. So another thing I should say about slow stitching that I like is that it's slow. So you take your time. It's just absorbing and relaxing, and that's what it's meant to be anyway. So everything in the world seems to be rush, 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 and everything has to be 24/7, and emails on your phone and everything. Well, I tell you what, I don't have emails on my phone. I don't even have my alerts switched on. So it does mean that sometimes people can't contact me. But if it was really urgent, then they would actually have to phone me, and my phone ringer does go off. So, because I think people just expect so much from you, and you never get any peace. So anyway, that's what I do. So when I've got my phone switched off and all of that, I like to do a bit of slow stitching, and this is what I made. I think it's quite fun the way it closes. And the fabric that I used came from Creative Junk, and it's a kind of, I like it because it's man-made. I don't know what you'd call it. It feels quite velvety, but you can cut it and it doesn't fray. So it's beautiful. It's not felt, but it's great because you can cut it and you don't. So anyway, what I did was I put two pieces together. I didn't have quite enough, so I overlapped them, and I should take it out so that I can show you. I sewed them together. Oops, I might have shot. I sewed them together, and then I put the cross stitch because I knew it would show. So I did that as neatly as I could. It's meant to show. Haha. I put this as a brocade. I put that down, and I also sewed this on. So that was underneath, and then to hide my back of my fabric. I mean, when I was learning at school, my teacher said that the back should be as presentable as the front, which is a good idea because if I'm doing big projects, so you can keep it all neat. But anyway, I didn't like the look of that. So what I did was I realised that I could put a flap here and buttons, because, oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. these holes were made in the fabric already, so I think it was like a sample, and it had these holes to hold it on some kind of what do you call it, a bit of wood or something. It was a sample. I'm not explaining it very well. Basically, these holes were already cut in it, so I thought I would utilize them. I would wrap it around the whole book and have the buttons on the back, which is quite fab, isn't it? It's quite fun. And so I made this flap so that I could hold the book end that way. And then I realized that it would, once it's opened, it would slip off. You know, there'd be nothing holding it to the front. So I used ribbon to make a binder to hold it. But before I did that, I put this bit of fabric in to hide the stitches and to make a little pocket so I can put bits of papers in there. So it's all coming together. So all of this is hand stitched, so it's a little bit messy, but using things like this fabric to cover makes it a bit neater. All of this fabric was virtually free from creative junk. This is quite tight because it needs to be, so that it stays. Oops, there it goes. And then this fits in this flap, and this flap has been, see, it's just blanket stitch along there at the very edge. There was just enough room to fit this, and of course I sewed this up because I thought it looked quite nice. Now that's tucked in, and this just wraps around and buttons hold it. So here it is. I'm quite pleased with it. I think the next one that I make, I will construct it slightly differently so that it wraps around and the buttons come on the front. I think that would actually be a bit more practical, so that the flap would be in the opening folder and then it would wrap around. So just the same but reverse. But anyway, so this is it, and this is holding my journal, and I just thought I'd share it with you to see, so you can maybe try it yourself or something similar. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Come back and see more videos. I'll say bye for now. Keep safe, keep well, keep on doing your slow stitching. Slow down and have fun. Bye for now.